Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the Apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim who are tuning into these videos. So I want to, read this article, but before that, I want to read this precept, because we got to know the times that we're in. These videos are pretty much epistles, to the body of His ministry of the hopeful elect, to know and to be, warned of the times to come. We're blowing the trumpet in Zion, because we're the watchmen of the nation of Israel, pretty much. We're letting you know that pretty much, now is come the time to wake up out of your sleep. That's what the alarm is about, is to get you alerted so that you're, pretty much ready for things to come. And these videos are coming out every day, pretty much. Great Millstone's pumping them out every day. It's like a building's alarm system is on 24/7, pretty much. Well, it's pretty much, this earth is in ruin. So this literally saying that, this earth that we're inhabiting is got its fire alarms running 24/7. So you can't be settled in your lease. You can't be, going back to sleep. So the men of the Lord are going to adhere to that alarm, and get right with the Lord, because this is also a personal walk in faith, that everyone has to do, in their lives, push away the flesh and not to be carnally minded, and to discern what the Spirit is telling you. All right, so what the Spirit is telling you in this video, speaking through me, is the alarm, and to know that we're at these last days. I always say, Daniel 2, that's talking about the statue. We're in that last section of the statue, the feet of miry clay and iron, in the divided kingdoms. So I wanted to start it off with this precept, blowing the trumpet, to let you know what's going on. So this is Luke 12 verse 56. It says, "Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time?" So this guy is letting you know pretty much what time we're in. So because we're pretty much in the time, where this devil is going to come down having great wrath, because he knows that he have but a short time. And so the reason why I'm telling you this in the precepts that I have lined up is to warn you, because what I'm giving you is gonna benefit you. It's gonna lead you towards life, everlasting life. And only the hopeful elect are going to get this. I'm only worried that the hopeful elect is going to get this, because I know that anybody who's not going to make it, all the way to the end, they weren't fit for the kingdom in the first place. So I want to read this article, but very, very wise with my words, because you can see on the screen, read it for yourself, or do your own research. There's few laborers, so it'd be wise for you to hear this alarm and wake up, and get that penny, even if you come in the last hour. So this is I got this article from Al Jazeera, and it says, it's either you want to do this or you want to get jail time. It says Duterte warns as this new boogeyman, it surges. The Philippine president also threatens to use shots for pigs. I don't entirely know what that means. It says on the Filipinos who refuse to get inoculated. I probably said a no-no word there, but you can pretty much get the gist. Because there's low turnouts, and then the people who pretty much don't have this thing already are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and pretty much all throughout the world, the Hebrew Israelites that are scattered throughout. The Israelite foreigners. Because a lot of the Philippines, there's a lot of Israelites there. We got brothers over there who tune into the videos. Because that's basically like a Japhetic, place where that nation is from. But you got our nation scattered throughout, and then specifically with the Philippines, you got a lot of the Northern Kingdom in there. You can just read through the Spirit, what people reside there. And it's pretty much, it's just not it doesn't sit right with the Hebrew Israelites of these things that are going on. In a sense, we're spiritual, like all as a whole nation, we're spiritually crying for the abominations done on the earth. But the hopeful elect, they're gonna get the full skinny, they're gonna get the whole puzzle piece and see the full broad picture of what's going on. So like I said, we're not really worried about the 2/3, but the hopeful elect, the 144,000, they're going to be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So where they hear this, that's that they're going to get sealed, and they're going to get delivered wherever they're at when Yahushua returns with those chariots and those missiles flying in the sky. So I got an advertisement. Satan. So anyways, I'm gonna read again on the article. It says the Philippine president Rodrigo Duterte has threatened to send people to prison for refusing this thing that they want us to they're forcing on us against the you know what, as the government placed the country's borders controls on heightened alert over new cases of the boogeyman. So this is just fear mongering, because they're trying to get you to slip up on your walk and you're straight and narrow. Pretty much anybody who hears this word, they're already bought and sold to not taking this. And people who are, they were first in line months ago. You don't hear too many people waiting in line nowadays. If you catch my drift, that line. If you wanted to, for some demonic reason, decide to listen to what this devil's got to offer and take his stuff, it wouldn't be a long line. I'm just gonna say it like that. And so it says right here, it says, you can choose, you get this, or I will send you to jail. Duterte said in Tagalog, during a pre-recorded address on Monday night. So this was a few days ago. This guy, and all these people, mayors, presidents, prime ministers, whatever, they're all in the pockets of the elites. So whatever the wicked in the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Whatever they say goes, because they're still in rulership right now. So that's why they're putting the pressure over there in the Philippines. But so, knowing this, knowing the times that we're in, adhering to the alarm that I'm pretty much warning the nation of Israel wherever they're at. You got to understand that I'm letting you know that what you got to do is you got to get right with the Lord. You got to have fear and trembling of the Lord, so you can start learning this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because this is what's going to keep you stable in these last days that are about to come. Jacob's trouble. A lot of people, they like to put you back to sleep, but we know that the 144,000 elect men, wherever they're at in the earth right now, when they hear this word, it's pretty much like they're going to turn on, like a robot, like a Terminator, and pretty much do the mission, do the ministry, do things that pertain to salvation, which is doing these righteous works, these miracles, these righteous acts. So I want to read this in Revelation 2:10, because like I was saying, I'm sounding the alarm, and so it's pretty much, it's supposed to have you, put two and two together and pick up this Bible. Listen to what the apostles and elders of Great Millstone have to say, because we're warning you of things to come, and if you don't take that warning, well, that means the blood is off my hands, and this wasn't for you anyways, because this alarm was for people who adhere to it and take note of it. So anyways, as Revelation 2 verse 10 says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prisons, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So it says right here pretty much, that the devil's going to cast some of us into prison. The devil right there is talking about, Sleazy E, the guy in charge of the world right now, who's going around painting Cedre Borgias everywhere and making people drink of his Babylon juice. But so because his time is short and he's trying to get as much people as he can, he's not going to be able to get the hopeful elect, the ones who are going to be slaughtered for salvation. So what he's going to do in turn is he's going to throw them into prisons. He's going to try everything. He might torture you. He might starve you. He might hurt your loved ones. I don't know what exactly he's going to do, but I do know that this is the Bible. This is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So pretty much he's going to be able to do what the Lord allows him to do. But all you have to do is to stay firm in this belief. Stay strong so that your faith doesn't waver. And know that the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to be with you in these last days. He has to see if you're with him too. It says, and I will give thee a crown of life. So we're not doing this for no reason. We're not doing this because we're bug outs or whatever. It's because we have faith that if we endure these trials and tribulations, we're going to have that crown of life. And you ask me, man, I want to be one of the numbers that gets delivered from Babylon. I want to be one of the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven. Like I want to be there when it happens. That first second of when this devil his kingdom goes down. And the beginning of a new era of the Hebrew Israelites. Starting with Yahweh Hashem El Shai. Ruling in righteousness. So that's what we're fighting for. That's what we're contending for, the faith, that crown of life. And this is verse 11. It says, "He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches." So if this doesn't pertain to you, that this isn't how you would say, if this doesn't get you going, get you excited, well, then this message ain't for you. You're probably just gonna go back to the world, go to sleep or whatever. Do abominable acts, whatever. This ain't for you. All I know is I did my job in warning you, because I'm only fishing for the elect. It says, "He that overcometh shall not be hurt of the second death." So if we overcome these trials and tribulations, and if this devil, throws us into prison, so what? We know that we're gonna overcome. If we overcome those things, that we're not gonna get hurt of the second death. And the second death is speaking about those thermonuclear missiles, because just as Sodom and Gomorrah went out, the same way this place, which is just the revitalized Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, Babylon, all these wicked nations, back again, it's going to go out the same way with fire and brimstone. You could just look out the window. You still got people thinking that the Bible is just a fairy tale book, or a book to have like quotes, wise psalms or whatever. Well, it ain't that, man. These things pertain to life, everlasting life. All right, so because it lays out, the how would you say, the trials that the hopeful elect are going to go through. It lays out what the endeavor that this devil is going to try to do onto us. He's going to be throwing us fiery darts every way. It's going to be through your family, through people through events that are going to happen during Jacob's trouble. But you just have to hold on to that faith. But so because the scriptures lay it out, that this is faithful and true, because here you got a thing that was written, hundreds of years ago, yet it's playing out in front of our very eyes. That's why it says that that this is only given to the hopeful elect, because everyone else is blinded. The angels, they pretty much made their eyes and ears fat so that they can't understand. But so this is Isaiah 10 verse 1. It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed." Because this is what this devil is doing. He's going to want to write unrighteous decrees and just do things that are adversarial to life. Like he's going to throw you in jail because you don't want to accept this thing. Just goes to show you, that the scriptures, they have everything, that pertains to life. It's got all the precepts, here a little, there a little, to let you know that they're faithful and true, and that if it clicks in your mind, you got to keep clicking it. See, because you got to get ready for the upcoming trial and tribulation, to test your faith. Because it says the scriptures, all are going to be tested. And I'm talking about that MOB. But just letting you know about how this devil, he operates. The scriptures lay it out. This is in the Greek Empire, when they were ruling. They went to the Alexander the Great. He passed away, so the rulership for that section of the world, I think it went to Antiochus. And so he pretty much put a whole bunch of hell on the Hebrew Israelites that were there. So this is 1 Maccabees 1 verse 41. It says, "Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people." It's just going to show you this devil, he don't change. A leopard can't change his spots. So this devil's tactics, they ain't going to change either. He's going to write unrighteous decrees, and he's going to force the people to do a whole one world government type of scenario. So continuing on, verse 42 says, "And every one should leave his laws, so all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king." So what this guy here is doing, he's just a puppet. But pretty much he's following the ordinances that Antiochus was putting out, hundreds of years ago. But then it's that same devil pretty much, because he's in his pocket. It might be Antiochus actually in the reincarnation telling these foreign countries to do this. Because basically, you know what I'm talking about. This does not go into our law. Because our law goes against that. We're not supposed to cut our flesh or touch unclean fish animals. You could do your own research. I just don't want this video to get taken down. So he's pretty much writing an unrighteous decree. Break the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, or go to jail. That's what this guy's up. That's what he's doing. All right, so it says, read verse 42 again. It says, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion. That's going into the 2/3. I'm saying like you gotta equate of what happened before. It was written for our learning. It was written aforetime for our learning, so that we could see how it's playing out in today's times. Because like the people in the ancient world, the Israelites who adhered to Antiochus's wicked decrees, they're pretty much back in the forefront, probably doing the same thing. They're most likely, and they're going to get whatever they're administering, regardless of if it's breaking the law, statutes, commandments of the scriptures, which they indeed are. But see, they're going to pretty much die by the sword. Because that's what the scriptures say about the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and that's a number that you don't want to be a part of. That's why once you find out this truth, you pretty much you gotta have fear in your mind. You gotta have fear of the Lord, that he's the one true power. And his name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. Because if you disregard all this stuff, then you're gonna make someone else your king, make someone else your power, and you don't want pretty much to sell your soul to this red devil that's ruling the earth right now. But so it goes into in the scriptures, the 2/3, they're gonna fall by the wayside. This calamity that's gonna happen with Jacob's trouble, all these FEMA camps, really that's all designed for the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Some of us are gonna get caught up in it. Some of us are even gonna die for the name of Yahweh Shai. But we understand through the scriptures and the precepts, that death is just a transition. But these people, these 2/3, I'm speaking, they don't understand any of these things. They didn't even understand the warning that I was speaking about in the beginning of this video. They thought it was something to wave your hand to. They didn't think it was important. So it says, yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrifice unto idols, and profane the Sabbath. So they're going to sacrifice unto idols, and do these things, because they're the 2/3 of the nation of Israel. They didn't adhere to this warning, and the main warning, if anything you can take out of this video is to keep your eyes ready, for this thing that's about to be unveiled into us. Like, it's already here, but it's eventually it's going to be, either go to jail or get this, because you can see how things are playing out. So there's Revelation 13, and I'm going to just read verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So there it goes again. Isaiah 10 verse 1. Woe unto them that write the decree unrighteous decrees. The thing that Antiochus was doing. He's causing all these people to do a certain thing, and it goes adversarial to the scriptures. Because I'm not going to bring it out, but we know what's going to happen if you accept this mark. Verse 17 says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You could read, what in the interlinear what mark is. The Greek word there is charagma, which means pretty much like an insertion. I've done other countless videos going into that word, but just to for the sake of time, I'm just gonna read these last precepts. So there's 2 Timothy 3 verse 12 says, yea, and all that will live godly and Hamashiach Yahweh Shai shall suffer persecution. So don't think it's strange when these fiery trials happen to you. if anything, be glad that you're ready for it, that you were prepared, that you were warned about these things, because it's better to be mentally prepared for it instead of it happening on a regular day, and you're pretty much out there with your pants caught down. The how the phrase goes. And so the last precept I have is actually in Romans 8, and I want to start at verse 35. It says, "Who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of the Most High Yahweh, which is in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, our Lord." So it's pretty much saying, all these things that are about to happen, the persecution, the tribulation, distress, famines, we're not gonna let those things, waver our faith. We're gonna continue to walk this straight and narrow path. And so it says pretty much we're persuaded that neither death nor life nor angels or principalities, so we're not going to be persuaded. We're not going to have any doubt whatsoever in our mind that what we're doing is the right thing, and the walk that we're walking pertains to everlasting life and salvation. So I want to give honor, double honor. So I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Just adhere to the alarm, because you can see, that persecution is definitely coming.